Good morning, aspirant. Once I am back with new subject, new topic, and new day. Okay. Before beginning our topic, might be you are heard about the news and everything. What I am planning to do is how we are going to cover the topics, because many students are asking, sir, your topics are not mentioned in the news, your topics are not mentioned in the newspaper. Once again, I am repeating, whatever our sources, they are the official sources, either PIB or All India Radio. Okay, and most to most Sunset TV, because the main reason is this. Why I am following these three sources? The first reason is UPSC doesn't mention in its syllabus that the Hindu and Indian Express are the official sources. Okay, but UPSC do take reference from these sources in their UPSC mains and prelims question also. With some questions, I proved earlier that how the physical health index, the AI summit, and the ITER questions has reflected directly from the PIB in the UPSC. So these are our official sources of our current affair. Okay, so need not to be worried that what exactly which from where I am taking articles. All the articles, they are very relevant too much to your GS syllabus. Okay, so don't worry about which sources I am taking from, the exactly it is not mentioned. You can read the Hindu for your English content building and some example, but PIB, All India Radio, and Sunset TV, these are the very good sources to develop your content. Okay, so this was the just means opening to the our today's lecture, because there are many students, they are asking ki, sir, this happening, these topics are not reflected. But that's why today I deliberately took a very good relevant topic that is mentioned in the PIB. Hello. Only PIB and All India Radio. Okay, so that is first. Is recently, if you see, yesterday there was like a 17th September, very important day. That is the PM Vishwakarma Guru Vishwakarma's birth anniversary. So our first topic is our one topic is PM Vishwakarma, and the another one, our honorable PM from the MP launch Sashakta Nari. This one, just minute. Swasth Nari Sashakta Parivar. Swasth Nari Sashakta Parivar. This is Abhiyan. This means this movement mission as launched yesterday by our honorable Prime Minister. Before that, why we are going to study this topic? This is the proof. Okay, this is a proof. This is a 2024 prelims question, and if you see exactly, Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matrutva Abhiyan, statement based question, two statement based question, and this is a 2024 prelims. That's why whatever the topic I have taken, they are too much relevant to our PYQ and UPSC syllabus notification. Done. Now this is second question in 2024 only, but this is a more about the political one, but still Nari Shakti Vandhan Abhiniyam. Okay, this is just to show why we are going to study this topic. So Swasth Nari Sashakt Parivar, this is our main topic heading. Why we are going to discuss this topic? Because this is in the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched on the 17th of September Swasth Nari Sashakt Parivar. Now, why? What exactly? You can refer this magazine and everything. Why exactly this Sashakt Nari? Role of Nari. Nari means Shakti, goddess. Role of woman in family enrichment. There are different role of woman in family development. Okay, different role: economic role, decision making role, societal role, representative role, then economic contribution role. Okay, so one by one we are going to discuss this. First is contribute to the household income through the formal and non-formal work. And if you see in GS3 2024, there was one question on care economy. How we can transform care economy to the our monetized economy. And in 2021 there was a question on exactly, particularly the platform economy. This was a 2021 question, and care economy 2024 question. Okay, this is the significance, this is the importance of this topic. So as earlier I discussed 2 days back only, how exactly the particular topic woman come to in the society, GS1, woman economy, GS3, then woman representation, GS2. So overall this topic is more about the society, GS1. Okay, so first is income contribution. If you see 40% is female labor force participation ratio. Okay, and rest of the women around 60% they are household, and informally, or I would say ki domestic work they are contributing in family income. The best example is self-help group Kandamishri Kerala. Okay, why I am giving these examples? Because these examples are at most important while writing answers. Okay, this is the economic dimension. Then the saving money resources, and if you see, India have a very good tradition. The first one, if you see, most of the women they prefer gold, and gold is kind of investment savings, and the savings means compared to the western countries, USA, Europe, we our Indian naris they are more prone to save the money. Okay, so this is one of the advantage for Indian economy. This is the saving rate in India is very high, around 30 to 32% is saving in India. Can you imagine, despite having 81% informal economy, this is the saving rate in India. So role of economy in family improvement and family empowerment is this saving. The saving help family in the any crisis. Okay, this is the first role. The second role is social, ensure the health and nutrition of child and elders. Portion, if you see silver economy, that means the senior citizen economy. Who is the major taking care of your parents? A man used to work outside, but who is taking care of his parents? That is woman. So this is a crucial role played by the woman in family building. The next role is about children care. We generally tend to say that what you are doing, you are whole day, you are in the house, you are in the room, you are not doing this. But this is very derogatory. We should recognize their contribution. We should appreciate women's contribution in the family building. In first is in social, taking care of the seniors, taking care of the parents and in-laws, and the second one taking care of the children. Okay, this is the, then next one is even the cultural. UPSC asked in 2021 child cuddlings issue, how the socialization through social media. Okay, so these are the very important topics, and women played very crucial role in the child cuddlings. Okay, this is the one. The next one, cultural preservation, tradition, maintenance of folk song. If you see, one very good community, particularly Bishnoi community in Rajasthan, women generally carry that cultural identity, preservation of the culture of the family and the society overall. That's why our freedom fighters and the leader, B.R. Ambedkar generally said that if you want to see the progress of any society, see the women's progress. This is the role played by the woman in economic domain, social domain, and now cultural domain. The next one, this is how participation in decision making, Panchayat Raj. If you see, as earlier, 55% members in Panchayat Samitis, means in PRIs, are women. Okay, post 1992 amendment, 73rd Amendment Act. So this much participation women are participating, how they build good family. That's why the role of woman in all this perspective helps to take family from this stage to the modern stage. This is the role of woman in different perspective. If this significant role women are playing in the family building, ultimately the society building, and finally the nation building, then government is promoting the welfare of the women through different initiatives. So let's come, I will show you what exactly the initiatives taken by government in these domains. Okay, security also providing this is one of the thing. Now come to the Swasth Nari Sashakt Parivar Abhiyan. Okay, these are the just one glimpses of how exactly they are contributing. Then now first is government policies in health sector. Health sector, this is a target reducing the Ministry of Women and Child Development. In health sector, Ayushman Bharat scheme, Poshan Abhiyan, ICDS, Integrated Child Development Scheme. All this in the previous question, our first slide question, that is Nari Vandana Abhiyan, even Mission Vatsalya. All these are contributing to build a healthy woman. Woman is not a one identity, but women include, I forgot to tell you, but you have to remember, child woman, then working woman, urban woman, SC, ST woman, tribal woman, senior citizen woman. So all this woman identity in the health sector, government has launched different initiatives. Poshan Abhiyan is for the children woman. Then silver economy is for the senior citizen woman. Then the security, particularly this Ayushman Bharat scheme, is for the women's working woman. Okay, this is the one thing. The MG Narega, economic support, is for the unskilled rural woman. This you should be remembered, the how women are not of single identity. Then this is the one policy in the health sector. Next one is Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matrutva Abhiyan. This is 2024 prelims itself. Then now come to the education. If you see the gross enrollment ratio in India, particularly the women in the STEM and STEAM. If you remember, STEM and STEAM, this include A means agriculture sector also, is 48%, but contradictory to this, around only 41% is female labor force participation ratio. This is 41%, but gross enrollment ratio in higher education is 48%. This is the thing. In the school and children also, if you see, there is too much investment, too much things, but exactly women are not contributing in the economy. The reason is this one. Reason are different reasons. I will discuss all the reasons what exactly, but this is a 41. Why this is contradiction? To alleviate this contradiction, government has launched one education Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Abhiyan. The next one is Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan 2018. This is just the upgradation of Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan and all this thing, which was launched by the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government in 2002. So Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, which includes from the uniform, providing the sanitary napkins, sanitary napkins in the school, and the bicycles, laptops, system, commutation, everything. Recently, if you see there was a DU special buses, means to ferry the DU student, women student, to feel them secure. Delhi government has launched the special buses for the DU university student. This kind of initiative helps to boost the morale and the security to the woman. Okay, so this is in the sector of education. Now come to the security. Nirbhaya Fund, the present and helpline number. The most precise issue, okay, for women is security. While commutation, while going, I recently came across one of the aspirants' father. He was telling that, sir, you are giving this much assurances, but still, as a father of young girl, I am always afraid that how my daughter is feeling, how my daughter will continue in the studies and everything, because that's inferiority. So what government has done? Government has done this Nirbhaya Fund. Under this fund, government is providing sheltering to the women and sheltering those women are under the domestic attack. Then the second one is providing the helpline number, security number. Even if you see the commutation, there is a security. There is woman coaches in the Delhi Metro, Bombay railways. So these are the initiatives in the security domain taken by the government to promote the women security. The next one ultimately comes to the representation. Because who is making policy? Representatives, and women represent more in the parliament and state legislative assemblies. There bound to be happen that woman centric policy will be the more pronounced. The first one is Constitutional Amendment 106. This is the 73rd Constitutional Amendment. It's shown that how the policy central towards empowering the representation of the woman will lead to ultimately the elevation of the woman poverty, woman health issues and other things. Okay, so in representation political domain, remember 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, and recently Constitutional Amendment Act 106. These are the policies which government has taken to improve the women's representation. Now, these are the domains. Then tell me one thing, what exactly women need? Employment also. So in employment domain, why I am taken this particular issue? If you see, 56% of Indian women, 41% of Indian women, this 56% are anemic, not productively working, contributing. Then according to the World Bank report, 8% of India GDP can be increased by annually if the care economy transform into monetized economy. Care economy, that means what roles women are playing, household roles, and GDP does not include the women's contribution household roles. Okay, but monetized economy, that means the GDP what we can measure. So this is the World Bank, and 41%. That's why I have taken this separate point. The employment should be very high for the woman. 48% woman gross enrollment ratio is there, then definitely woman should be get employment opportunity. Financial independence is paramount for the any woman and for the any individual. It is not about the woman, but for the woman it is a prerequisite. You should not be dependent on anyone for you to ask the 100 rupees, or even though it's her husband. But in the globalized age, marriage is treated as a social contract in the globalized age, and if you see, there are many issues are arising because of this financial dependency, subjugation, subordination of the woman. So employment is the first channel for women's emancipation. So government has launched this scheme, particularly the Stand Up India scheme. Then now come to the next point, Mahila e-Heart and even the Trifed are providing the minor forest produce opportunities heart to tribal women. Okay, you are might be you come across there's no tribal women's hair oil, tribal women's this. So this is a one of the policy initiative to empower the tribal women. So these are the initiatives taken by the government of India to promote the women's representation, to promote the women's visibility, to promote women's economic development, okay, economic empowerment. Then this is one dimension. Now these are the exactly mother child protection benefit. These are the scheme. If you can go through it, you will get the PDF of all these files. But this is the additional mechanisms. These are the policy initiatives, but what exactly government is doing at an institutional level, at a legislative level? So these are the institute: National Commission for Women, then the Mission Shakti, Ministry of Child Development Formation, Janani Suraksha Yojana, Labor Code 2020, and apart from this, the PNDC Act, the Protection of the Child, Pregnancy Termination of 1973, and the other institutional measures like the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, which provide the Data Protection Act 2023, which gives fidelity, which gives the privacy to the woman's dignity. Even now the constitutional article 51G said, GC said that to renounce the practices, this is the duty of every citizen to renounce the practices derogatory to the woman dignity. Okay, these are the institutional and constitutional mandate mechanism to protect the woman's dignity. Now these are the issues, these are the policies I have taken. There are issues despite having this much policies, institutional, constitutional mechanism. Many women face several challenges. So we are now discussing what exactly the challenges are. Okay, done. Now this is the first, health. As I mentioned, 56% fertile women are anemic. This is that's why government has launched the National Anemic Mission. The national family has 57%. These are the anemic. Then Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, the regional diversity. The next one is in health sector only, child marriage ratio. Child marriage despite decreased from 72 163, but still this 97 is far higher than the other developed countries. Then if you see the tribal women assess, 40% tribal women are suffered from the nutritional deficiency, hunger, poverty. This is a health issue. Then another one is education. In education domain, what are the challenges women are facing? First is security. The second one is early marriages, child marriage. As I mentioned, the 97 out of the 1000 marriages, means this is the ratio of, according to National Family Health Survey, 5. Okay, then the nutritional support. In education also, we have started the midday meal scheme, but how many women, how many children, female children are getting benefit? Very less, because that food is siphoned for the male child. This is the thing happening in the education sector. Female labor force gross enrollment ratio, you will see, is high in higher education. This is in higher education, still lower than the men. In rural, dropout is very high. This is a one example. And employment, this is a old data, but right now it is 41%. Okay, remember this 2024-25. This is 2023-25. We have gradually improving, focusing on the employment, focusing on the everything, but still 41% is far less than the G20 countries. G20 countries average rate is 50% women female labor force participation. This is one of the dimension where women are facing challenges. Then the social norms are there, the political, if you see, only 15% women's representative are there in the 18th Lok Sabha. Despite having 78 years of independence, women's representation in the parliament is just 15%. Can you imagine? And Rwanda, a country which is in the south, which is in the Africa, have 62% female participation in the parliament. This is the thing we have to think as a developed country, as a developing in the period of Amrit Kal. We should focus on the women's overall comprehensive development. Okay, empowerment and development. But this is an economic domain, this is an employment domain. Now next is representation. As I mentioned, the 13% the election, this 2024 data, the security rising the NCRB. This is the most prime concern. This security is not limited to the particularly the physical harm. If you see domestic, there is recent one issue, domestic violence. Some Bhati case, Rinku Bhati something case was happening in around the nearby NCR. So I came across, I'm just mentioning one example. Do mention such examples. Then the honor, then the commutation, while commutation there is security. Even I read one news, the Gurgaon city, cyber city we generally used to say, in that cyber city, one female HR was snatched by one auto driver, Rapido auto driver. This is a thing, how they can able to contribute in the economy, how they can able to support their family, how they can able to represent if they themselves are not safe. This is security is a very big concern, and security is a foundation for all other things, particularly representation, economic contribution, and family decision making. Generally, in our India specifically, I have seen father or husband tend to be ours that you should not go for work because of the security issue. Okay, so this is a very paramount reason security and women are facing. Now cultural norms, the next will be the cultural and social domain. If you see in culture, stigmatization, the best is floor selling and floor sticking. The best example is, if you see, women's even at the par CEO level, they are getting less salary compared to their counterpart, male counterpart. This is a reality. If this is urban survey, means the corporate survey conducted by Deloitte, I exactly didn't remember, but the conducted by this, that is the same level, same position, but less wages. This is a gross violation of Article 39B, equal pay for equal work. So these are the challenges women. Still, urban women, at least they have the opportunity to expose, but to think about the rural and tribal women. Health issue, education, no opportunity, no connectivity, digital divide. These are the issues promptly faced by the rural and tribal women. I would mention specifically, and these are the sector. Now, these many, just government has taken the initiative, MMR. This is a maternal mortality ratio, MMR. This is a thing. Then this is a data. You can explain this in your answers. Now, these are the constant across all the domains. I have taken this specifically because this is the one thing. Digital, I specifically nowadays, if you see in digital, because of the digital connectivity, because of the digital revolution, women generally tend to treated as a commodity. And it's not their fault, it's social perspective, it's the social perspective how we have developed and built the women's constraint. Now there should be the policy, there should be the measures to address these issues and make women development, women empowerment as a woman holistic woman empowerment. So what we can do first is Niti Aayog, all means many institutions has given the one of these Niti Aayog. This is a policy, Niti Aayog policy strategy in health sector. Tamil Nadu Modern Maternity Hospital Nutrition Counseling MM Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Okay, these are the policies in the health sector. Then education sector, National Education Policy 2020, which revolutionized the India's education sector and in coming years, and it is already revolutionizing, providing the flexibility for the women. If after the marriage they can shift their course from one district, one state to another, or one domain to another domain. This is in education sector. Now come to the this education sector, as I mentioned, the Kanya Shri Yojana, particularly in education sector, I forgot to mention you the Eklavya residential school for the tribal girls and tribal children. 400 government is building 400 plus Eklavya residential schools. And PM Shri School Yojana, this is for the Kiran initiative, Marie Curie initiative of Ministry of Science and Technology to promote the women's representation, women's participation in the STEM technology. Even the ICAR, Indian Institute of Indian Agriculture Research Institute, okay, they are also contributing the women's participation, the women's role in this education sector. If you remember our Chenab Bridge, one exactly I don't remember the engineer, but she was the woman. 17 years she spent on the Chenab River to just on the Chenab Bridge River. For the 17 years she contributed, determined and contributed to build the Chenab world's highest height bridge. Okay, this is the education. And employment, in employment domain, government is providing PLI support, then Stand Up India and Stand Up India. Even the technology, government is giving capacity building, training. Even the this PM Surya Ghar Bijli Yojana, empowering the one that particularly one scheme is there. I'm not able to remember right now, but the one is Drone Didis. Drone Didis. Okay, so Drone Didi is just one science and technology applications to empower the woman. Drone Didi. This capacity building will definitely helping the woman for their empowerment. Another one, PM Kaushalya Vikas Yojana. Those are the women in the in the middle age for their employment opportunities, for their economic independence. The PM Kaushalya Vikas Yojana is supporting around 2.5 crore trainees. In that 60% are women. Even to take care of the women's health and the rural opportunities, MG Narega is there. Then the PM Ujwala, so PM Ujwala scheme for the gas cylinders to take care of from the pollution, protection from the pollution. Okay, and there are special pink booth scheme in the security domain. These are the various security, education, employment, the representation, all these initiatives government has taken and government is doing to improve, address these challenges. But still, if you see, we have to need too much to make women empowerment to women-led development. ISRO's recent NISAR satellite is led by the woman. India's first Mars mission was led by the woman. So we should we should provide them the opportunity, we should provide them the resources, and we should provide them the support system, so women can lead, not only they become empowered, they will become the major torch bearer of the overall, not only family but the nation's development. This is our overall article, was particularly the how women in the social domain. I have mentioned these things. You can go through this one-stop center for this, but this is a even one report, cyber security in the digital device, addressing the digital device, and this is just one one example how the government policies are working on the ground level and how we can address the challenges faced by the women. Okay, this is our one dimension. Now we are going to gender budgeting 2006. We have already started the intersexuality, women empowerment, public partnership. This is the overall. In Amrit Kal, you should mention the women with torch bearers with resilience, innovation, and the compassion. Okay, this is thing. Just remember, this is a topic more in the society GS1. Okay, so how we have addressed this topic, why in the news, then what exactly the role of women in the nation building, family building, and society building. Then in various domain women roles have the health, saving, economic participation, representation. Then what are the challenges in the social domain, economic domain, employment domain, digital divide, domestic violence. These are the challenges. Then we have forwarded to the next what we can do and what government is doing. And finally conclusion. This should be, you can implement this approach, so you will be able to write a good 250 word answer. Ultimately our aim to get a knowledge and replicate in the main paper. So 250 words is enough, means we can write what the content given by me, that will be the more sufficient for the 250 words. But remember the multi-dimensional perspective, diversification, and the try to generate the points. Oman is not a one single identity. As I told you, even the development is not a single identity, one single monolithic structure. Development comes with many kind of thing, economic, political, social. Okay, so now we are moving towards, you can ICDS 1973, and I just want to discuss the one main question, how we can approach this kind of in the era of globalization, because UPSC in earlier in PYQs asked that how the marriages are changing, how the globalization is impacting the urban woman, the youth woman. Okay, so basically I have taken this question. In the era of globalization, the role of woman in the strengthening of families has undergone the significant transformation. Discuss the evolving economic, social, cultural, and emotional contribution of the woman in the family and the impact on the society. This is a 250 word question. Here UPSC generally always give you the dimension how to address a particular question. Okay, so first is economic, social, cultural, emotional contribution. Then you have to write two points. In economy also you can write 2 3 means employment, then employment, the participation, labor for participation. Then in social domain, what exactly the floor selling, the floor sticking. Okay, then cultural domain, how they are preserving child cuddling, the taking care of the senior citizens, I mean the parents and in-laws. Then the emotional contribution, giving the support to husband. There is one common phrase in India, that is every successful man there is one woman, but we should change this statement to, for each and every individual success there is other some support system, either that man will be or man will be. That's why once in topic it is very difficult. I mean it is one more quote is there. It is very easy to teach daughter to behave like a, means not to behave like a son, but it is very difficult to teach son to behave like a daughter. This is the very common, means this is a very important quote, but it's very deep meaning. Very difficult to teach son to be like a daughter, but easy to teach the daughter to be like a son. Okay, this is very means social perspective and broader dimension. Okay, so now we have come to end our first topic about women's and women's development. This is GS1 topic, social security. Then now apart from this, yesterday as we all celebrate the Vishwakarma birth anniversary, so now we are going to do this thing, PM Vishwakarma scheme, honoring the heritage, powering the progress. First of all, can anyone tell me what is heritage? And the second thing, why exactly we want to preserve this India's traditional architecture, or sorry, traditional craft? And Vishwakarma, as we know, the one of the philosopher, one of the engineer, one of the craft builder in the mythology, who contributed for the overall cultural and craftsmanship in the India's ancient period. Okay, this is the one thing we will start with. Why in the news? The news, why in the news? In the September 2000 PM Vishwakarma scheme completed 2 years and nearly 30 lakh. This is one thing, but 17th of September is celebrated as the birth anniversary of Vishwakarma, Guru Vishwakarma. Okay, so but on this occasion in 2023, Government of India launched to honor the craft persons, artisans, PM Vishwakarma scheme. Okay, and this is the 86%. Now we are going to discuss what exactly in our scriptures it is said that the yo Vishwase Jagate Karutasa Vishnu Karma Sahman, which means that the one of the who creates the entire world is involved in the construction work related to it's called as Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma means the world builder. World builder. This is a thing. Now, this is the basic identity. What exactly the Vishwakarma is? Identity, then the role in mythology and the symbolism. Engineer as a symbolism. First engineer in the India's mythology. This thing. But first of all, tell me why we want to preserve the traditional articraft and artisans in India. The first one is this one. This is a map. You can go to the India's craft map, the various craft, the toys factory, the Pushminas, all then the other, or everything is given the particular reason. You can go through this. Now come to the why need to the protect India's artisans and articraft. India is a land of diversity, not in economic or social domain, but in the artisan and articraft also. Okay, this is a one. Economic empowerment. Handloom sector contribute export 5 to this one. And if you see our this cloth sector, textile sector has been tremendously impacted by the recent Donald Trump tariff. Why I am mentioning? So to protect this handloom sector and protect the textile sector, Government of India had launched this PM Vishwakarma scheme. First is economic protection, then second one is employment generation. If you see, most of the India's artisans, they are in informal sector, and the around 20 to 30% India's rural population is engaged in this particular. So employment is one of the sector. To protect the such kind of employment, we need such scheme, that is PM Vishwakarma scheme. Okay, the skill development, traditional art, providing the technique, providing the technology. Okay, and rest of the thing, the social upliftment. And one more dimension, if you see who are the artisans and craft persons in India, either from SC, either from STs, or either from other, no one is like particularly want to recognize them. So basic principle of PM Vishwakarma scheme is to social upliftment, social mobility through economic generation, through employment generation. Okay, so this is the one. Cultural preservation, Banarasi weavers. And if you see, traditional art and architecture are the UNESCO's recognition. Kozhikode, craft city of India. Okay, then Banaras, then Jaipur, then the Bombay, and the many other cities which are included in the UNESCO. So preservation of the India's culture, and that culture gives India as a means at a global level superpower means soft power dynamics. Okay, this is one thing. Now if you inclusivity women, and one more dimension, like how women are 80% of India's craftsmen and artisans are women, rural women, because this is the best way for them to at least contribute and earn and to be financially independent. This is one of the dimension, and this dimension has promoted by the PM Vishwakarma scheme. Okay, this is a one thing, the technological upgradation. Now we are going to discuss how exactly, what is the PM Vishwakarma scheme, its impact, its achievement, what are the challenges and way forward. Okay, so PM Vishwakarma scheme comes under, basically this is a broader GS1 society, in society also, how in the globalized age, this globalized India's artisans and craftspersons and managing. Okay, go local or local. Okay, this is one, the 2023 September launch with this much outlet tradition, and this is a very selective thing. Craftsmen, monsoons, potters, not all traditional trades, but 18 trades, selective trades. Okay, this is a one. Now what are the aims and objective? Recognition, to provide them recognition. If we recognize them, definitely they will feel proud as a citizen of India. Then the second one, skill development, because the transition of that knowledge is something we're stuck in, because they are lack of skill, how to translate, how to preserve that knowledge. So skill development is one of the objective of the PM Vishwakarma scheme. Now financial support, see this much financial support government of India is providing under PM Vishwakarma scheme to 18 selective traditional artisans. Now next one is toolkit incentive, e-voucher. Then the market linkages, if you are producing, our traditional artisans are producing, they are selling in the local market and they are not getting that much remuneration those they supposed to get. So what under PM Vishwakarma government is doing, providing the market linkages. Market links is making available at a Amazon platform, making available at a Flipkart platform. The best example is a hair oil, tribal women's hair oil. Okay, this is one. Now heritage preservation, this is aims and objective. And if you see what are the sectors eligible, wood based industry, gold, silver, agriculture, construction, architecture, construction, clay based, leather based. This is important for your prelims. Okay, because these are the sectors where PM Vishwakarma scheme exactly supporting the artisans. Not all sectors, you have to remember, not all sectors. Then now skill intervention under the PM Vishwakarma scheme, skill assessment, skill basic training and advanced training. If I am from the just take an example, I am from the particular craft person family, and my father is giving me that rudimentary technology, but I don't have that much skill to imbibe that technology and to preserve and continue the tradition. So under the PM Vishwakarma, what government is doing, giving them skill to preserve that knowledge and promote that knowledge. This is the one of the achievement, one of the intervention. Now next is this much key areas of achievement, and this is important while writing answers, because PM Vishwakarma scheme is very important in in the perspective of GS3 also, and in the perspective of the GS1 also, in the society, how the society and the traditional artisans, UPSC had asked in the previously in PYQ that how the India's women are getting affected by the globalization, women's artisan sector is getting affected by the globalization. Okay, so this is a just recognition. 30 lakh artisans get registered with around the 1680 district. Okay, then training 26 lakh training. This and the data you can go through why I am giving this data, and the example also, female mat maker in the Assam, then the young tailor in the Uttar Pradesh, then the northeastern artisan, Nagaland bamboo workers, because this shows your practical understanding of the knowledge. Okay, you are not giving particular manufactured answer, you are giving overall from the Kanyakumari, Kanchipuram to the Jammu Kashmir, then from Surat to the Assam, Nagaland, bamboo factory, bamboo artisans. Okay, so these are the unique, this will be the uniqueness of your answer, and these unique practices not only enrich your answer but enrich your knowledge, and you will get to understand more thing about India's country. As an aspirant, we are first citizen of India, then we are aspirant. That's why if you see the UPSC notification, UPSC asks citizenship. UPSC asks the first, are you citizen of India or not? This is the main reason. First we are the citizen, and then we are aspirant, and then we are become the contributing in the society as the officers. So we should know about the data, and we should talk on the basis of data and facts, not only like in the haphazard manner saying anything. Okay, now these are the achievements you can go through. Despite having this, India's craft sector, artisan sector is facing many challenges, and I am going to discuss these challenges only. In the economic domain, limited global access, handloom sector, export stagnation, the global tariff, this tariff imposed by USA, the sanitary and phytosanitary limitations, and even the technological upgradation is very less in textile sector. If you see, if you go to the West Bengal, you will get to know that the Kalighat particular region, Kalighat painting, they are means technological advantage at a very rudimentary level. Okay, and so they are traditionally they are working on the rudimentary level technology, so that is not helping them. This is the one technological upgradation, economic, even what employment they are, this traditional artisans are generating, that is not sufficient. The earning is not sufficient for those who are working itself. Just think about how family they will support the family. Even the employment degradation, the cultural preservation, there is gradual decline, the transformation of the this traditional knowledge. Okay, so these are the thing. And the social, particularly if you see this kind of work, means we generally see that it is a social boycott, or this is a low cost work. This is a, if you see, this is commented by the people in society. Are you doing in this area? This is very low category work, this thing. So social stigmatization, that is also challenge, that is limiting the exactly the extent of the. But generally people tend to forget that this is they are preserving India's culture, composite culture. Okay, so these are the challenges, cultural administrative challenge. Even if you see, most of the time what happens, government will implement very strong policies, government will be the, what lacks is the implementation. And this is a very important factor. That's why UPSC asks in the ethics also, procedure is one thing and substantive is another thing. Okay, so what we have to do, focusing on the implementation part also. Okay, so implementation is at most required. And most of the, if you see, most of the scheme in India, they have the implementation issue, or there is lack of monitoring, lack of follow up mechanisms. So scheme will come and scheme will go, but the implementation will remain a major issue. So administrative stagnation. The next one is economic inclusion. Now we are discussing, this is just one, like how we are going to means now, this is one thing. Now challenges are there, what we can do to address these challenges. First is provide them scheme support. Institution, if you see, there are around, in India, national textile mission, that will boost the India's textile mission. The trade agreement, FTA agreement with the countries like United Kingdom, that will help to export. Adaptation of the technology, how adaptation of technology, the particularly Paithani saris, then the Kanchipuram saris, they are available on the Amazon, Flipkart platform. That will boost the sale, and that ultimately help those who are engaged. Government at the institutional level is helping, but as an individual, as a you are owner, MSME support, means as a means there should be a agglomeration, there is a combined team that will boost cooperative. Even the cooperatives of this sector at a rural India, at a rural level, they can contribute to build a good India's craft artisan sector. Then the Hunar Hath scheme is there, which launched by the government of India to support the minority community traditional artisans. Hunar Hath. Then if we talk about the women's participation in the traditional artisans, we can mention the Stand Up India scheme, then the PM Mudra Yojana scheme, because these schemes are supporting to provide them fund and build the traditional, and the flow of traditional, that culture and the preservation. See, if you remember the if you see in Nagaland there is a traditional bamboo industry, and that bamboo industry knowledge are means bamboo is very strong, and with there is huge market for the bamboo industry. Then the tea gardening of the Bengal, that can be boosted by support of government and the use of new technology, digital presence is there, should be there in the globalized age. If you are digitally present, you can make the traditional honey of Uttarakhand available in Kanyakumari to the Dubai. Okay, that's why in the organic farming, recently government of India exported some organic farming product to the Taiwan. Why this is happen, this is possible? Because government support first and the cooperation of multi agencies, Trifed, then the APEDA. This is the one thing which technological adaptation, economic support, cooperation, and the overall government build up. This will help to address the challenges faced by the traditional artisans and traditional artifacts. Okay, artifacts, those are cultural revitalization and the recognition. Most important, PM Vishwakarma scheme is doing, giving them recognition. Even economically, that policy will support them. But just think about, what about their recognition? Even though they are earning too much, but socially, we deeming them, if we criticize them, if we boycott them, this is this will hamper their morale. And if we are hampering their moral, it will discourage to the following the preservation of the traditional all. So appreciation, recognition from the people like us should be there to boost their moral and make them to preserve India's composite culture. Okay, these are the, you can go through these things. And administrative strengthening, technological marketing, I have mentioned this thing. Particularly the PM Vishwakarma, and this is the conclusion, how exactly the PM Vishwakarma scheme and overall cultural preservation done by the PM Vishwakarma scheme. Okay, this is our second dimension. I have mentioned the everything from what exactly we want to preserve, who was the PM Vishwakarma and the Vishwakarma background. In this, you have to remember the impact of impact of globalization on India's traditional artisan. This is a PYQ asked by UPSC in GS1. Okay, so this is the sector. You can go through the carpenter, IT professional. You have to remember IT professional is there or not. Okay, so overall 1, 2, 3 done. Now mains question. Discuss the role of traditional artisans in preserving the India's culture and heritage in the age of globalization. How they are preserving. This is exactly on the PYQ mains based line question. Okay, this is just a second time mains question. Now we are end up with this our two topics. What we have discussed, the woman in one topic, and the second one Vishwakarma, in particularly cultural preservation through PM Vishwakarma scheme. Okay, and in women also we have discussed in social domain, in societal perspective. This topic is also comes under societal perspective, and these both topics are related to GS1 society. Okay, and in this society UPSC asks the question around 75 marks. This is a fixed pattern in main, 75 marks, and one or two scheme questions in prelims. Okay, this is our broader today's current affair topics. We discuss the society related topics. So tomorrow once again I will come with the new topics and with new energy and zeal. Everything that should be, I will continue. You have to just follow the what exactly I am doing. No need to, and once again I am repeating, no need to go for the Hindu, Indian Express. You can go to just get a reference to just read, but don't spend 2 hours 3 hours on just Indian Express and the Hindu. Once again I am repeating, Indian Express, the Hindu are not official sources of UPSC for current affair. Might be they are the one of the sources, but not official sources. Okay, once again I always say thanks to all of you for your patience, and once again I will say Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.